Okay, so you get to the beach. You haven't done any preliminary scouting at low tide. You're wondering, okay, what are some of the things I can look for to pick a spot to fish? So, first thing I like to do if I haven't been here at low tide is I'll just kind of watch the water for a while up and down the beach. I'm looking for something different other than just the waves coming in normally. And the thing is, when the waves come in, they don't always come in the same way, in the same width. So you might see a spot where it doesn't look like the wave is breaking, but you have to watch that spot for a few times to see if there's other waves coming in that do break in that location. So pick something out that you think looks promising, set up there, which is what I did today. So the other thing you can do is you can walk along the beach. If your beach has sand fleas, look for signs of sand fleas along the beach. The sand fleas will kind of gather in colonies. If you can find a spot where they are, set up there. What happens is the sand fleas are always washing back and forth with the surf, and a lot of times they will get flushed out and the fish will be waiting to feed on them. So that's another thing. Also, pay attention to see if there's any birds feeding along the beach. You'll see a group of them, maybe one or two, and they'll be pecking along, working back and forth as the surf goes in and out. That might be a better spot than where there's no birds feeding. Try that spot. So, other than that, look out along the water. Now here where I am, the water is like really flat. There's no sign of any kind of sandbars, which I know they're out there. If you can see birds diving on bait, every once in a while I'll see a pelican dive down, but they're so far out, they're probably 3 or 4 times the distance I can cast. So I can tell that there's not a lot of activity out there, but I'm here, so I'm trying a few things, and you just have to keep trying a variety of things to try to get on the fish. You can't always do that to catch fish, but if you don't have anything you can do, just throw your line out there and wait, well, you're probably not going to catch any fish if it's really slow. If it's fast, everybody's catching fish. So I'll watch some of the other surf anglers that are here. There's one guy fishing south of me, and another guy's got 3 or 4 rods set up quite a ways north. But you don't know if they're experienced fishermen, but I like to see if they're catching fish once in a while, or if nothing's going on, I might walk down and have a little conversation with them. Try to figure out if these guys know a lot about surf fishing, and maybe I can pick up a tip, or maybe I can share a tip. So you just have to try things to see what works. So you're at the beach, you got your lines in the water, nothing's happening. What are some of the things you can try to see if you can find fish? So one thing I did was walk along the beach a little bit here and kind of just look at the water and see if there's anything that looks a little different or interesting. So I did move my lines over, one of them, to try it out, and within a few minutes I got a strike. Didn't land anything, but I got a strike. So I moved the other rod down in that location, still no fish. So I cast it out as far as I could, one of the rods, and I let it sit there probably 3 or 4 minutes. So no, I don't know if the fish are way out, or can't tell exactly where the sandbars are because there's hardly no surf today. So what I did was I pulled the rod out of the sand spike and I cranked it in about 10 turns, and I let it set for a few minutes. So every few minutes what I'll do is I'll crank it in about 10 turns and see what happens. Now, I did see a fish jump earlier closer to shore, so maybe they're feeding in close. I really kind of doubt it today. I really don't expect to do much, but you have to try some different things to see if you can find what's going on with the fish. I mean, there's so many variations between the tide, the time of day, the bait, if there's any fish, the sandbars, what they're feeding on. So you just have to keep trying a few things and maybe you'll get lucky. So we'll see. Okay, so at least I caught a little baby whiting, but it's a good sign. I'll try this procedure again. We'll see if we can locate some fish. And you might get lucky, but either way, you're having a good time. You're at the beach. What more could you want? It's better than going to work. If nothing's going on, break something out like a drink, a soda, a sandwich, something where you can't handle your rod right away. You're bound to get something at that. So I'm munching away at my sandwich, and all of a sudden my rod goes off. I got the sandwich in my hand, I got a drink of water, nothing I could do. So I put that down, brought the rod in, and you'll see the picture. I had a friend take a snapshot of it, but maybe the fish are gonna go right now. We'll see. This last one that I just caught was on a sand flea that washed up on the beach.